Okay, as we promised now, we're going to show you exactly what you need to do to get started with your Revvnrg business today and how you can start making an income right away if that's what you'd like to do with this business. So follow me now for the next few minutes as I show you a step-by-step process that will demystify everything once again for you and give you the path that you need to take to be able to be successful. So first of all, the very first thing that we need to do when we start with this process is we start with U. So I'm going to start with a big circle here and have a U inside of it so you can see what we're doing. Now, you need to get started correctly in this business before we get going. So I'm going to show you, we have 4 different ways that you can get started in your business, and I'm going to show you each of those ways and each of the benefits and the things that come along with each business builder package, as we call them, to get involved. As you can see, we have 4 different business builder packages through which you can get involved and start your Revvnrg business. Now, each and every one of these will get you started. It really doesn't matter. What matters is, number one, the amount of product you would like. As you see, we start at $159 and scale up to $1,199. And we start at 5 cases and then go to 10, 24, or 45 respectively, depending on which package you are purchasing. So remember that when you start your business, the more product that you have, the faster you'll be able to expose people and the faster you'll be able to generate an income right back. And the other thing to remember is that the majority of people who get involved in your business will duplicate what you do and get involved the same way you do. So keep that in mind as you build your business. So with that said, you see these letters here. What the company is going to do is that they're going to give you an advanced pay scale for a determined period of time, between 2, 3, or 4 months, depending on the package you get involved with. Now, they have fun names like Emerald, Pearl, Silver Pearl, and Royal Black Pearl, and these are simply signify positions in the company that normally you have to qualify for, but the company is going to give you the benefits of those positions for those determined periods of time because you're getting involved and starting your business. Now, one of those benefits is the percentage that you get paid on. Now, you're going to get 15% payout on the first 3 packages, or if you go for the larger package, you will get 20%. Now, I'll explain in just a moment 15% or 20% of what. But this is what you need to do first. So once you have decided and you've chosen a package and you've decided to get involved, what we're going to do next is we're going to go out and we're going to work together to build a team of 1 person on your left and 1 person on your right. Now, this is a 2-team type of business. It's a binary, which means that you simply have a team on your left and a team on your right. I compare it to franchising. If you were to start a McDonald's franchise or a Starbucks franchise today, imagine having 1 franchise in your town and 1 franchise in the town over. And both franchises need to be generating volume or sales for you to make commissions or make any money. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So once you've gone out and you've started your 2 franchises, your 2 separate teams, your left team and your right team, 2 more things are going to come into play. The first is a fast start bonus, which will range from $20 to $150. That is a one-time bonus for sponsoring your people and for the product that they purchase. And then we're going to get what is called volume. Every single time somebody buys a box or more of Revvnrg in your organization, you will receive volume for that purchase. Now, as you can see with these packages, you're going to receive between 100 points of volume or 800 points of volume, respectively, depending on what how you get involved. So, and remember, as the people continue to purchase, or this is about residual income, so as people continue to make monthly purchases or you gain new customers or new business associates, every single reorder will generate points that you will get paid on. Let me show you how that works. So just really briefly here, let me show you how you're going to get paid. Let's use an assumption of everybody getting involved here on this $300 point package, the $499, because that gives us a good illustration. So if you have 300 yourself, and you've gotten 1 person involved at the 300 and 1 on the left and 1 person involved at the 300 on the right, this is what you're going to make. Now, first let's talk about the fast start bonus. If they both got involved at this $499 package, you're going to make $60 2 times. Now remember, this is a one-time bonus. So the person on your left got involved, person on the right got involved, you make $60 each time. Now, the percentage has to do with the volume. So let's talk, what you're going to make is whatever the matched volume is every single week in your business, this is a weekly business, we pay every single week, whatever that matched volume is, you're going to make this percentage of that number. So let me show you how that works. So this week, if you got someone in on the left at 300 and someone in on the right at 300, you would be making a 15%, since you also got involved in 300, you're making 15% of 300. So 15% of 300 is 45. And so what's going to happen then is the company is going to subtract the volume on which you're paid that week. And so in this case, you would start with 0 on each side the subsequent week. So, and you would have made in that entire week $165. And that's not too bad of a start to your business. If you got involved today and got this put together in your first week of your business, you would have made $165 the first week of your business. So just let me do one more illustration on that, especially on this left side, right side bonus, because it will be the primary bonus that you're going to make during your Revvnrg career for the vast majority of people. And it's called our team bonus, based on your left team and your right team. Let me show you an example where the two sides aren't even, because this happens on a quite frequent basis. Let's assume that you have 3,000 on one side in one week and 5,000 on another. And once again, these are points generated by the orders made in your organization. So the maximum amount that can be matched between these two sides is 3,000 points, because one side, the max I can take out of that is 3,000. I'm going to simply match that up on the stronger side. So if you're doing this correctly, understand a couple different points. If you have any type of business volume on both sides of your business in any given week, you will generate a check every single week. And if you have more volume, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter whether you have more or less volume. As long as there's volume on both sides, you will get paid. Let me show you how that works in this case. So the number for this week is 3,000. I'm going to make 15% of 3,000, which is going to generate $450. If you want to do that math yourself, you're more than welcome to. And then what it's going to do is going to subtract out the volume from both sides, which will leave me 0 over here. You will zero out one side of your business every single week. And over here, we would have 2,000 remaining. Now, this 2,000 points over here is kind of like rollover cell phone minutes. As long as you're paying your monthly bill, which in this case is simply your business overhead of 100 points, which is 4 boxes of Revvnrg, and the company gives you one free every single month for doing that. As long as you're making that monthly purchase, or as it were, comparing it to paying your cell phone bill, you'll never lose your rollover points. And so you could have one side that grows at a much more rapid pace than the other, and you won't lose the potential to get paid on that side. And simply that those points will wait there for your other side to match the volume and create a number on which you will get paid. So hopefully that makes some sense. Once again, if you don't understand the numbers, all you need to understand is, once again, you have two franchises, two different teams, a left team and a right team, and as you build volume on each side of that business, you're going to generate a check. So let me kind of just illustrate a little bit the power of this model, because if I come back and we have this left side, right side model here, this is the actual foundation of our business. So we call it Star Emerald. Okay? It's the name of this position. So the goal of every associate, once they get involved in their Revvnrg business, if they'd like to generate an income, is to become a Star Emerald. Now, once you've done that, all we're going to do is help other people do the same thing. So we would start doing it over here with this person, and we try to do it over here with this person as well, and continue to create Star Emeralds. Now, as you do that, that does bring 3 more pieces of our compensation model into play, which are our Mega Match bonus, our car bonus, and our leadership bonus. Now, I'm not going to go into any of these here, because until you've gone out and become a Star Emerald and put one person on your left at one of the Business Builder packages and one person on your right also at one of the Business Builder packages, doesn't even really matter. Now, these are all wonderful bonuses, and they're going to add a ton of money to the bottom line of your check over time. But first of all, once again, let's focus on, keep it simple. We have to put one on our left and one on our right. And so that may seem insignificant to you, but it's actually extremely powerful. And as I close out this meeting here, I'm going to show you briefly the power of that, and also how this business really works, and really the power of numbers and the power of time and compounding interest and some different concepts. So pay attention. I hope you'll find this very interesting. So what we're going to do here is create a hypothetical situation where you go out, and we're going to assume that in your first month you can go out and put one on your left and one on your right. And I hope the majority of you out there believe that with this team and with our help, you could do that. You could potentially go out and find one business partner on your left and one business partner on your right in your first month. Now, if you can do that, you would actually generate a residual income of $15 a month for the rest of your life, as long as those two people continue to purchase their product. Not bad. 1 month's work, $15 for the rest of your life. Now, let's say next month those two go out and simply get their two. Now those two have become Star Emeralds themselves, which would give us a total of 6 people in our business and a monthly income of $45 a month. Month 3 would be 8 people with a total of 14 people and an income of $105 a month. So now we're already into 100 plus. That's not too shabby. But that's 90 days worth of work in our hypothetical example, and with everybody simply going out and getting their two, not any more, not any less. And so let's go ahead and break it out for the last 3 months of this first 6-month period. But as you see, as we've taken this out to 6 months, months 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at the end of 6 months, we'll have duplicated ourselves a few times. And once again, this is simply each person going out and getting their two. And we'd have 126 people in our organization making a monthly income of just over $900 a month. I think that's pretty exciting. Some people may think that's good, but may think that's not. But the key to our business in network marketing is the vast majority of people are going to end up quitting between months 3 and 6. Why? Because they don't understand the power of geometric progression. They don't understand that their next 6 months can be drastically different than their first 6 months. Now, so let's just look at that. The first 6 months here, now we started with 2. And you always have to start with 2. If you don't start with anything, you're not going to get anywhere. You don't do any work here, you don't do any work anywhere else, you're not going to make anything. But if you're willing to start with 2 and you're willing to put in the effort, we go through that first 6 months, we go from 2 to 64, just under $1,000 a month. Well, now let's go ahead and let's just draw out the numbers really quick for the second 6 months and see what happens. Okay. Now, remember, once again, I'm simply showing you our team bonus here. I'm not even talking about the other bonuses that you can make. So this is just reflecting, once again, this left side, right side, 2-team bonus that our compensation plan offers you. So really quickly here now, as you saw, your first 6 months, we went from 2 to 64. We're making just under $1,000 a month. The next 6 months, we started at $1,900 and ended up at over $80,000 a month. And there's a little asterisk there because the maximum you can take out on a monthly basis right now in our compensation model on this bonus per month is $80,000. Now, if you were to happen to make a little bit more than that, don't worry, it waits for you, and we can explain that advanced later. But so you see, in a 1-year period of time, not only can you max out this bonus of the compensation model at $80,000 a month, but you see the difference. Once again, first 6 months, $1,000 a month. Next 6 months, $80,000 a month. And that's extremely, extremely exciting to me because what happens is what's called geometric progression. And somewhere in here, somewhere between the first 6 months and the second 6 months, massive duplication sets in, and we start jumping exponentially in our check from month to month. So if you quit in the from month 3 through 6, this is what you're giving up on the back side. Anywhere from, you can place yourself on this scale anywhere you'd like to be. Look at the incomes, look at what would be valuable to do. Once again, these are monthly incomes simply based on our team commission bonus. And so you'd most likely be making more than this anyway. And you can see where it puts you. Now, obviously, as you look at this and you see, now, the first thing that jumps out to me here is the vast majority of this income is made in the last month. If you notice, we almost jumped double in our last month, okay? And also, it starts with 2. Now, you have to go out and start this process, once again, with the power of Star Emerald. Hopefully now Star Emerald is not looking as insignificant as it may have before. It is the foundation of everything we do, and if you're willing to go out there and do it and help other people do the same, these are the types of incomes that are possible. So, really briefly though, I want to go ahead, I'm going to erase this over here, and I'm going to just show one more concept, because a lot of people may look at this and say, okay, Paul, that looks all fine and dandy, and obviously that's in a perfect world, and none of us live in a perfect world, and I'm willing to give you that. So if we're looking at this and we say we could duplicate this, once again, I'm talking about a hypothetical over a year's period of time, with simply every person over a month's time being willing to go and get there too. That's it. I think that's a pretty realistic hypothetical. But let's go ahead and make it even more realistic. So let's assume here, obviously, at $80,000 a month, that's 100% duplication here. Okay? So at 100% duplication, we're making around $80,000 a month on this team bonus. Well, what would happen if we only did this 50% right? What if we did the same thing, got our 2, worked it hard, and only were able to do this 50% right? You would still be generating $40,000 month after month for as long as people bought. It could be 20, 30, 50 years, the rest of your life. You could will it to your children and go from there. Let's make it even more realistic. What about 25%? Let's say only 25% of this works. Once again, you put in that year's worth of effort, you're only making $20,000 a month. What if we were to go out and we were to fail at this 90%, and we would still be generating $8,000 a month? That, folks, is the power of 2, the power of duplication, and the power of Star Emerald. If you're willing to go out and start with 2 and work for a year, or what if it took 2 years? For some people, it may take as long as 2 years. But if you're willing to do that, and you're willing to go out there and fail upwards of 90%, you could be still generating a 6-figure income, potentially for the rest of your life. So the last point that I'll make in this business is that most people are going to drastically overestimate what they can accomplish in their first 6 to 12 months and drastically underestimate what they're going to accomplish in their first 2 to 3 years. So get involved with us today. Pick the package that's the most suited to you and to your budget and to your level of aggressiveness right now. And let's start this power of 2 working for you in your life, and you can once again place yourself on the scale and say, how much do I want to make, how much do I think I need to duplicate, and we can go out here in the next 1 to 2 years, create whatever level of income you desire.